Is my shirt cool? Alright. First story time. Hey there, welcome to my first kind of public story time because I'm just sitting in the backyard of the house that I currently reside at and will not reside any longer. I'm not really going to tell you how I ended up living with these people because that doesn't really matter. I ended up moving in with this girl that I've known for 17 years. 17 years. Remember that number. We met when we were like 6 or 7 at my grandmother's church. Her family went there, and I was forced to go to Sunday school, and we met, and yeah, we didn't get along all the years, but we got along a lot of the years. We were best friends at one point, but definitely wasn't like that for a long time. She sort of thought it was, and I guess I did encourage it a little bit, just because, you know, it was always nice that knowing that someone was there, even if you didn't want them to be. You know, so I don't know. And living with her fiance, so it was the three of us talking about it. We were all excited. I was telling everybody, I was like, yeah, we're gonna get a house, everything's gonna be great. I'm gonna start doing my videos and my short films, like I'm gonna do everything that I wanted to do, and just a lot of talk. And then, you know, we got here and it was okay for a little while, and then it sort of started becoming not okay. Like, they would make house decisions without me. They just did stuff around the house without telling me. It's like little stuff that really isn't important in this, because this is about what they did. We've been here for about a month and 2 weeks, so 6 weeks. That's on a year lease. We've been here for six weeks. So I'm just gonna jump right in and give you a little timeline. So about 2 weeks ago now, the girl, I do not want to name names, as much as I would love to just drop both of their names. I'm not going to, so I am better than that. So it all started because, actually, this is just something that happened. I don't know that it started it, but they had this friend, and I used to talk to him like a long time ago. You know, I wanted it to go somewhere, and then I guess he didn't, and he ended up ghosting me, and like I was butthurt about it for like a couple weeks, but then I got over it and I was like, fuck that guy, like he was crazy anyway, because he's a fucking psycho, because he's a fucking psycho, because he's a fucking psycho, and I'll show you why. Well, they ended up like, she met him through me spending time at my grandparents' house in Pennsylvania, and I guess they stayed friends, which is a little weird, but she's kind of friends with any dude that'll talk to her. Anyway, she ended up telling me that he was coming over, and like I didn't remember him at first, and then I was like, oh shit, okay. And she was like, yeah, he still hates you, by the way. And I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know he hated me, and 2, okay, that's cool. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. I don't give a fuck. So I said that I was uncomfortable with him being there, which is fair. Honestly, that is fair. If you don't want to be around somebody that you used to talk to or date, that's fine. Like, that's your personal thing. Like, they should have respected that, and they did. I said he can be at the house when I am not, but if I'm there, then I don't want him to be. Just because I didn't feel comfortable around him, and I felt like that was a reasonable thing to ask, and they did too. Well, apparently he did not. So he sent me this, and that's fine. I was like, I showed it to my boyfriend, and I was like, look at this. And he was like, oh, he's trying to be nice in a weird kind of way. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. So I responded with this. And he didn't like it. And I think it was because I didn't want to be his friend. And if that's the case, like, get the fuck over it, dude. Like, not everybody wants to be your friend. I certainly don't. You fucking psychopath. So then he just blows me up, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what? Why? Like, I literally didn't do anything to you but say I don't want to be your friend. And as an adult, I don't see anything wrong with that at all. He did. And I was just baffled by what was happening. Then he had the audacity to send me this voice message.
You or Robbie or any of y'all. And if you are there, I stay the fuck away from you. And I will stay the fuck away from Robbie. I'll say maybe one nice thing if he's got a nice shirt on, that's whatever. I don't know what the fuck his problem is. If he's sad, depressed, wants to kill himself, I don't fucking know, and I don't care, because I don't know him. And I don't even know you anymore. So I don't give a fuck. Alright? But you need to grow the fuck up. Yeah, you're 23. You're 1 year older than me. But how the fuck is it that I can probably survive more on my own than you can? How the fuck is it that I'm not bitching and complaining and making this a big deal? How come it's such a big fucking deal I can't even be in your fucking presence like you're a god? Yeah, that makes no sense, does it? Grow the fuck up. I'm barely ever at your fucking house anyway, so I don't care. That's all. I'm done talking about this shit. Have a nice day.
My favorite fucking part is that he thinks that he could live by himself better than me. The boy still lives at home. And I moved out when I was 19. And I've made a lot of mistakes since then. And I have learned a hell of a lot of shit. And he could be better at money with me. And you know what? Kudos to him, because literally everyone is better at money than me. I have it. I want to spend it, man.
Spend it.
Yeah. The funny part was that he was with them when he was doing all of this. And I sent her the longest message, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, you must have said something to this man, because you're going crazy. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. Robbie, who I'm allowed to name drop because he is my biff, was staying with us to get himself back on his feet from moving home from Florida. And I don't always come home after work. Sometimes I go to Wanye's house, and sometimes they would have this kid over since I wasn't gonna be there. And that's fine, like I said. Well, one night, I guess they weren't sure if I was gonna come home or not. I don't really know. All I know is that I got a text from Robbie saying, hey, this guy is here, just warning you. And I was like, okay, cool, thanks, because I was literally on my way home from work. And I certainly didn't want to get bombarded by this dude in my house that I fucking hate. That's a strong, well, I do hate him now. I didn't before, but I certainly do now after all that shit. Like, whatever, dude. I texted her and I said, hey, just in case you were planning on staying, I'm on my way home from work. I'm not going to Wanye's. I heard that he was there. And she said he just saw the message. I am 110% sure she showed him the message. And he took it as Robbie talking shit. That's why he says he can keep my name out of his mouth. First of all, he didn't even say your name because he didn't know what it was. All he said was, that guy is here. Because he knows that I don't like getting bombarded with that kind of shit. Like, I don't want to walk into my house and this dude is here that I don't like after just getting off work. Who the fuck would like that?
No one. That's who.
So, yeah. That was one situation, and she called me her best friend, and she didn't bat a fucking eye at that. Like, I even played her the voice message and nothing. She was just like, she said that she cried about it. And bitch, please, the only thing you cry about are dead birds. And I don't know, it was just something that was nothing that became this big thing that it didn't need to be. Like, I didn't need all of those messages from that guy. I didn't even need him to try to smooth things over. Like, I was content with the rule of him not being there when I was there. Like, it's my house. Like, I'm allowed to have that rule. I don't know. When I was sitting there and after we listened to the voice message and she told me she cried, I was like in my head,
I was like, you're a piece of shit.
you didn't cry at all, like you don't care. You're probably sitting in the booth, giggling your ass off, snorting like you always do. And yeah, that's that. They were probably sitting there laughing at me, and that's not cool. And for no reason. And yeah, so that was one thing. Oh, but I wanted to just she just, you know? Some people you really just want to bash their face into the ground. Give them a good old curb stomp.